Hello you, it's Josh here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Bloxburg. Today we are back once again building the Happening Lodges Resort. I always forget what it's called. Well, I mean, to be fair to me, it's been a while since I recorded one of these, mainly because I've been having a little bit of a break from Bloxburg. I kind of got a bit burnt out after the first two episodes of this. I don't know why, I just didn't really feel like playing much anymore. Maybe because I just got a little bit bored of like doing the same thing over and over and over, because it's a very repetitive thing, you know, working. As you can see right now, I'm working. But we are back and I'm doing this lovely little voiceover as I've just finished this. I was working on it over the last month or so, just working away and getting this all sorted out. Of course, when you hear this, it's been like a month since I recorded this, but you know whatever. Anyway, to start off with here, we're earning a lot of money here, and it won't actually be enough money to do everything in today's episode, never mind the entire lodge in today's episode, because as you will have seen in the thumbnail, today we are building the biggest 3-bedroomed lodge right here. You know, it's quite big, and you know, it's quite luxury as well, because really, if I wanted to, I could maybe fit 4 bedrooms into this. But I really wanted to, first of all, have en-suites on every single room, and also have walk-in wardrobes, I think, on every single room. I think every single one has a walk-in wardrobe. Either a walk-in wardrobe or one of them has a walk-in wardrobe. A master bedroom. I think 2 of them do, maybe. Or maybe 3. I can't remember, honestly. It's been quite a while since I actually built this here. But as you can see, I'm starting to build it right now. And it's absolutely massive. It's obviously keeping the same sort of style as the other lodges, while also being a lot bigger, more luxury. As you can see, it's got a lot of balconies. It's got a big main balcony, because obviously the other 2 had those little balconies. But this has like 3 big balconies, and then like 8, not 9, like 5 or 6 smaller balconies on this. It's quite good for balconies, you know. It's got quite a few balconies. And I honestly think this turned out really nice. It's again like the other ones. At the start, I wasn't feeling too great about it. But after I came in the other day and started doing some more interior work and stuff like that, I decided that actually, you know what? I really like how this came out. You know, these sort of things grow on you. And this is a long video, okay? I spent a long time with this. I understand that this is much longer than a normal one of these videos would be. It'd only be at 50 minutes at maximum, but this is about 20 minutes long, and that's because there is so much recorded footage. Not because I meant for there to be, it's that I went on today and started editing it and realized there was way more footage than I needed, which is exactly why in today's episode we aren't going to be finishing this lodge completely. I know, spoiler alert, I'm very sorry, but we don't actually finish it in today's episode. For many reasons. It's a big lodge. I mean, like the other 2 episodes, all we really did was build some more lodges. I mean, in the last episode, that was one of the shortest episodes, because like I said, I was getting a bit burnt out behind the scenes. I didn't really want to play much anymore. But in that episode, all we really did was build a replica lodge and did some detailing and you know, nice looking stuff around the place. So when it comes down to it, this is one of the biggest videos, and it took absolutely forever. Even if it doesn't really show much, because I did take a lot of time here to try and work out the design and try and you'll see in a little bit here. I spent so long trying to work out a floor plan for this because it was so awkward. You can see here, we're just building up the path around it. This is only like a temporary little, well, not temporary, but like a little side path. Because obviously people won't want to walk all the way to the edge of the plot from the other edge of the plot just to get up to this one. And there is going to be a main 2-wide staircase somewhere, probably around where the ski slopes are going to be in the ski thingy. I think I do actually talk about this a little bit more in the tour. But yes, don't worry about that. And anyway, yeah, what you can see here is us trying to work out the floor plan for this thing. And you can see I'm really struggling to get a good floor plan, because the problem is that there is so many doors and windows on this thing, and it's such an odd shape. You can see the way that it works is that in the middle here, there's this kind of like what I call like a bit of a like crunch zone almost, where everything has to funnel into a smaller corridor and then go into a bigger area, which was a real problem here for me, because what I ended up doing in the end, you'll see in a little bit here, is that I ended up building those building the bedrooms in the ends of them here. So at the very right and the very left, in those like bigger areas where the balconies are, similar to how we did it in the smaller lodges. But then there was a problem of getting to the other places because I wanted to add like big en-suites and stuff there, and that all was fine except for when there's the two big doors going into the two big balconies on the second floor. So it was a real pain having to accommodate all that sort of stuff and try and work it out. And then moving on with the beams, that was another real problem because a lot of this, unlike the other lodge, is got 2 floors all along it, or a balcony, which means that it's very hard to place beams without it looking, you know, strange on the second floor. So you'll see here, because you'll see here that we really only have like small areas that don't actually have the beam that don't actually have a second floor and have the roofing, unlike the original one where it has that massive area where it's only 1 floor. So it was a real pain to try and work that out as well. And honestly, the beams, they're kind of annoying to do. So honestly, I think in future I might just leave these for a bit and maybe do them when I can be bothered, because right now they kind of do put a dampener on the whole recording session because I'm just like, oh, I can't be arsed. But anyway, moving on from me not being arsed to do stuff, you just saw right there, although we have just started working again because as you'll see, we've just run out of money. What we were doing there is we built that lovely big kitchen. It's quite a fairly big kitchen, and I was close to putting an island in it. I didn't in the end, but I think it still looks quite nice, and we could always add an island in if I feel like it in the future. Although, I don't think it really needs it. I think it's fine without. And then we also did that little reading nook under the staircase. This one's got a bit more of an open staircase area. I don't know why I'm just sat here for so long. It's got a bit more of an open staircase because there was a bit more room on the second floor. Like I said, we could probably fit an extra bedroom into this, but really it's more of a luxury room. You know, this one's going to be really expensive because it's the only one on the entire plot for a starter, and it's really like luxury and expensive. And you know, I do feel like instead of I'm gonna put an office in that little room, you know, at the front, because that was gonna be a bathroom. Then I realized there's enough bathrooms. Everyone's got an ensuite, and there's already a main bathroom. But I might even turn that into a gym now I think about it, instead of an office, because I feel like that does make more sense. I don't know, honestly. I'll think about it off camera, but I guess it would be more useful to have a gym. And this is a real problem that I've been having though, is that this luxury room here, yeah, it's obviously very big and very nice, but there's not much room for stuff. Like, for example, in Flamingo Beach Resort, the last series, if you haven't already checked that out, check it out. It's a really, really good series. Probably better than this one, I'd even say. I prefer the building on that. But the thing is that one had like 2 luxury rooms, and then in total it had like 8 rooms. This one's only going to really have like 6 at the most, maybe. I mean, so far we've got 3. Yeah, I'd say 6 at the most. Probably more like 5 or something like that. It's not gonna have money. In fact, maybe it will, because maybe we'll do like a hotel area. But I don't know. Yeah, that's one problem that I've not really been enjoying with this series, is that I can't really fit much in either. And that's why I prefer Flamingo Beach Resort. The design was just so incredible, and it took so long to do. Although, really, in this case, I can't really, you know, there's no other design than this. This is quite a well thought out design. It took a lot of time to design it, but because of how it is going on separate levels and the big spaced out lodges with like the snow and the areas around it, when it comes down to it, there's not much you can really do to make extra space on this, because you want it to be open. You want to have loads of space in between lodges. So it is a bit of a problem. But honestly, I think it's going to have enough lodges. I mean, Flamingo Beach Resort never got filled up. I mean, it did get close to being filled up. I think the most we've ever had was 5 at a time, which is going to be how much this has. And honestly, I think Flamingo Beach Resort was a much nicer, more luxury place. So I don't think this will get as many people really coming and staying in it. So I don't think it's the end of the world anyway. But speaking of, eventually we will have a main opening thingy, whatever you call it, a grand opening, and you guys can come stay. But anyway, you can see here we ran out of money again, so we're just going to do some little bit of working here to end off here, because I felt like it, and I didn't feel like doing any more building, especially because, you know, there's almost 10 minutes of just me building and making money here, which I think is quite enough for an entire video. Normally it's literally, like I said at the start, only like 6 or 7 minutes. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to end off speaking here because we're pretty much at the end of this time lapse, and I'm going to allow you to enjoy the little bit of a tour here. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the tour. Right, so hello once again and welcome to a little bit of a tour. So, as you've just seen, in today's video, we built this massive, well, yeah, there's no other word for it, massive fucking 3-bedroomed lodge here. Now, the reason why it's massive is because, well, despite the absolute ridiculous amount of trying that I did, I could not make this any smaller than it already is. And it is massive, I know that, but you know, it is expensive. It's supposed to be a luxury lodge, and all of the, you know, bedrooms have en suites, for example. There's walk-in wardrobes in all the bedrooms as well, I think. Like, it's going to have an office in it and stuff like that, and I think it does really round off the entire area really nice, so I don't really mind that it's so big, because it does round everything off. Now, one thing that you may have noticed is that the snow has disappeared, and it's no longer snowing. And that's because right now it's February, and although it's literally snowing in England right now, like right now in England, it's snowing as I'm recording this. They've removed snow from the game, so there's no more snow. But regardless of that, we're still going to cover everything in snow, all the grass and stuff in snow eventually, and get everything still looking nice. So it's not the end of the world if everything's not covered in snow, really. Anyway, let's show off this lodge, shall we, instead of ranting on about random crap. So first of all, the actual, I just walked up this here, but yeah, this does need a bit more decorating with trees and stuff. But if you come across here, across our path, you can see we've got a path here. We're also going to have a path over there, where we have our ski lodge, not ski lodges, our skiing thingies. What they called again? The skiing, the ski lifts and the ski slopes. That's the one. English good. So as you can see, there's nothing really exciting back here. In fact, I don't really like how this looks down here, but I couldn't really do anything about it. I needed that to be flat. I could have maybe add a window or two, but anyway, yeah. You come in here. This one has 4 bikes. Normally they only have 2 bikes, but because this has so many people, you know, I thought I'd add 4 bikes. And if we just come in here, you can see, first of all, you come in and you have this massive... Oh, it's just telling me to go to work. Never. You can see this massive... dining table. Now I think about it, this isn't actually big enough, I don't think, really, for this entire place, because it's, oh no, this is big enough, yeah. It's a 3-bedroom, and normally it'd only have 4 seats, but yeah, we have 6 seats here, which is nice, I think. Really nice, like, kind of enclosed while also being open dining space then there. Here is going to be an office here. I'm not going to walk in there or I'll die. And here we have our massive open kitchen. Now, I actually love how this kitchen came out. I think it works really well, and it's really, like, open and, you know, It's a very different lodge to the other ones. It feels very different in style, but I think I may even like this one even more than the other one. I mean, obviously I do. It's a more luxury lodge. Like, for example, it has this little reading nook. The kitchen's bigger and stuff like that. So, of course, I'm going to like this one more. But, yeah, I do actually really like how this all came together, even though it did take a lot more longer than the other.